But it has been a shocker of a campaign for Rangers.
I mean, I'd like to have seen them be more competitive for third spot. Right, let's be realistic about where we really are. Right, Napoli smashed a granny out of Liverpool. Right, and Liverpool and Napoli are in a far different place to Rangers. But I would have felt they could have got closer to Ajax, and that they could have pushed third spot, stayed in Europe and built from that. He wants to stay in Europe, and he's going to say these things, but he can't go out and say that's a pile of old dog, whatever, because that's not the argument he will want to run with his players, because he's got to get to the next game and the next game and the next game. Yeah. But the point is that with Rangers, I mean, I take no satisfaction out of forecasting the fact they may not get a point out of this group. And so they duly haven't.
No, but you were right.
But I think they may get a point against Ajax in the leg where Rangers have got nothing. Ajax have got nothing to play for besides being safe.
But they've conceded 19 goals.
They have, and they're playing in a level.
Scored one.
They're playing in a level that's beyond them. It's a combination of three things, I think. I think it's a combination of the group itself is beyond them, the players aren't good enough, and perhaps the manager is not good enough either. And I look at this and I think to myself, I don't think he's ever really been accepted by the Rangers. And I think they wanted to give them the benefit of the doubt because they were looking for a saviour after Steven Gerrard kind of left them in the lurch a little bit. He set a bar of winning the league. They didn't follow that up. They got to a European final. They gave him the benefit of the doubt on. And the moment things go wrong for him, it feels like the underlying narrative is we're not having him. And he doesn't get any juice, doesn't get any currency. It's on him straight away. And you would have thought the currency of getting to a European final might have carried him for a while, but it doesn't. The moment it goes a little bit wonky on the tracks, it feels like he's going to be on his way again. And I think that's an underlying current that will take him out of the door. You look at them last week.
Take him out the door?
I think so. I don't think he'll be at Rangers for much longer. I look at it and I think, unless they pick up dramatically in the league. Last week they nicked a result against Livingston. I was listening to the commentary. I was kind of listening to the exasperation that Chris Boyd was bringing out about how Rangers were really not doing what they could be doing, and really the sending off in that game changed the direction for them to get a 90th minute penalty. And these are the games that will unwind you. Losing 7-1 to Liverpool, I know that Graham Souness was exasperated by Ali McCoist. You, of course, as a Rangers fan, but it's a very strange dynamic because at half-time, the game was very much afoot. Rangers were in the game and everyone says, well, hang on a second. They were grateful to be on the pitch. And Graham was disappointed that the Rangers fans seemed to be more players more interested in autograph hunting than actually playing against Liverpool. Yeah. But it weren't like that in the first half. Is it not just a possibility that Liverpool just stepped up and Rangers couldn't go with them? And that's the reality of Liverpool's ability to be able to play with the players they've got, the resources they have. When Rangers...
Why specifically do you not think Van Bronckhorst has got it? He was loved as a player.
Well,
now he's got his chance, but it's backfired.
As we know, he is. There's a vast difference between being a player, an elite player, top player playing for big clubs, and then managing these clubs. I just felt that when you saw some of the games that really matter to the Rangers fans, the drubbings, the beatings they've got at the hands of Celtic in games where sometimes it's not about tactics, about making sure your players are able to compete in these games to overcome the opposition. He's really left himself wide open to criticism. Yeah. I'd be surprised if there's not a massive sea change in their league form and they get results against Celtic when they're playing next, if he's still in situ when the year turns over.
Yeah. Tough as it sounds, it has been a turgid campaign for them. And as we say, we can cut them a degree of slack, Simon, because they were in with Napoli, Liverpool and Ajax.
Not much better for Celtic either.
Well, that's right. I mean, Shakhtar Donetsk, hardly world beaters, and Celtic couldn't beat them when they needed to at Celtic Park. So the Scottish clubs not coming out of their Champions League campaigns with any great degree of pride whatsoever. And of course, these are big name clubs, Simon. You were up there with me. Yes. You saw what it's like when Rangers play Celtic and Celtic play Rangers. Yep. You saw what it's like. Yep. Rangers fans deserve better. Celtic fans deserve better. And again, they're looking at an LA exit. Tough as it sounds. We're coming up to 11.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.